Welcome to another Replay Guy Hooray channel, otherwise known as the ARD channel. Well, we are back after a few days of being away again as life continues to get in the way. Um, Unfortunately, the Stanley Cup playoffs are going on, and I'm a diehard New York Rangers fan and been getting wrapped up in Stanley Cup playoff hockey, which is probably the best playoffs of any of the major sports playoffs. It's just the intensity is incredible. But I digress there, and let's get back to History Maker Baseball 73 versus 98 Anniversary Set Tournament. Tonight, Game 2 between the 1998 Phillies and the 1973 Reds. The 98 Phillies pulling up a big upset in Game 1, winning 9-4. So they will be looking to clinch the series tonight. And let's see how this is going to play out. For this game, it's in Riverfront Stadium again. It's artificial and semi-big from both sides of the plate. Our umpires for tonight's game, the home playing umpire from the 98 season, Drew Coble. He is lenient and questionable. First base, 73 season, Dick Stello. He is respected. Second base umpire for the 98 season, Tim Tishida. He is respected. And the third base umpire from the 73 season, Tom Gorman, is semi-lenient. The Phillies are sunny and harmony. The Cincinnati Reds are stormy and semi-dissident. Both teams have no issues, although Roland from Game 1 is going to be happy until further notice for Philadelphia. Our starting lineups tonight will be Glanville leading off for the Phillies, playing center field. He is the designated hot batter. He will be followed by Jeffries in left field, Roland at third base, batting third, Brogna at first base, the DH, Lieberthal, the catcher, batting fifth, Abreu, right fielder, batting sixth, Lewis at second base, batting seventh, Relaford, the shortstop, batting eighth, and Estalella is going to be the designated hitter, and he is batting ninth. On the mound, Mark Portugal. Portugal was 10-5 with a 4.44 earned run average. Portugal comes into this game as a semi-workman, semi-flash, and DB control, and he is a icon pitcher. For the Reds, looking to even this series up, Pete Rose leading off, playing left field. Joe Morgan at second base, batting second. Griffey, the DH, batting third. Tony Perez is the designated hot batter, playing first base. Bench, the catcher, batting fifth. Tolan, the designated cold batter, will be batting sixth and playing right field. Concepcion at shortstop, batting seventh. Menke at third base, batting eighth. And Geronimo in center field, batting ninth. On the mound, Don Gullett, who was 18-8 with a 3.51 earned run average. Gullett, the right-hander, and Portugal is a right-hander also. One other note, the cold batter for the Phillies will be Lewis, Mark Lewis. He's the designated cold batter. And we are just about ready to get started for game one. Excuse me, game two. Game one, the Phillies with an upset win 9-4, looking to pull off a major upset in this tournament. They are the 10th seed, Cincinnati the 3rd seed in the National League. And we are ready to go. Here is the first pitch. And it is a 3-3-6. Ace or dynamic. No. Sad sack, utility, or patient for Glanville. And he is neither one of those, and he is going to single to center field. So Glanville leads off with a base hit, and the 73 Reds find themselves starting in trouble here right off the bat. Leadoff batter. Player experience chart for the next batter, that is going to be Jeffries. And it is a 1-3-5 black 1. We are going to the ballpark quality check. Remember, it's artificial turf and it's semi big from both sides of the plate. And here we go. It is a 3-6 big ballpark. It's a bloop double into right field gap. And that is going to bring in a run. Glanville is going to score. So back to back hits here, and the Phillies are off and running. It is 1-0. We will go to Scott Rowland. Rowland, the runner on second base. A 2-3-6 DB control or dynamic. And no, pitcher is batting. No, that is going to be a walk. So Gullett is struggling here. First three batters have reached, and that makes him a semi-struggler for Rico Brogna. A 1-2-6. Is he fresh? It's going to be a line out to second base. And they are going to be able to get the runner at second, Jeffries, as he went too far off second base. And that is a 4-6 play there. So it's a line drive to the second baseman who tosses over to the shortstop for the double play. A huge, huge out. And that is going to be 2 outs. And that'll bring up Lieberthal. A 4-6-6. Is he a control pitcher? Is semi-control? The decided die says yes, and that is a single to left field. The third hit of the inning. And we have runners on first and third and 2 outs. That's comes to Brayu. And it's a 2-3-5. Is he eager? He is not eager, and he will ground out to second base. And that will be out number 3 finally. The Phillies do score a run, and at the end of a half an inning, they lead 1-0. Would have been a bigger inning had it not been for that line drive double play. Here we go now, bottom of the first. Mark Portugal on the mound facing Pete Rose. And a 1-2-6. And Pete Rose is going to hit it hard, but he's going to hit it right at the second baseman for a line out for out number 1. Joe Morgan steps into the plate. A 1-2-4. Is he a control pitcher? He is DB control. And he's going to ground out to short. Out number 2. And then Griffey will ground out to short. So a 1-2-3 inning. For the Phillies and Mark Portugal. And we played one here in Cincinnati. The score is 1-0 Phillies. Phillies with a 9-4 win in game 1. Looking to wrap this series up. Here in the second inning, the designated cold batter, Lewis, 166. Is he a whiffer? And Lewis is a semi-whiffer. Did not get the decided eye, but he will ground out to third for out number one. And we'll go to the player experience chart for Relaford. 3-6. Is he a prospect pitcher? Gullett is not a prospect pitcher, and it's going to be a fly out to left field for out number two. And Estalala, the DH, coming up. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? He is not a hero, and he will pop out to second base. A 1-2-3 inning for Gullett. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Phillies. And we will go to the player experience chart for Perez. Perez, the designated hot batter. 6-6. There's the pitch. It's a drive to center field, and we have a fence result for Perez. And he is a slugger. We are going to go to the fence chart slugger. And it is going to be a home run, a leadoff homer for Tony Perez. And this game is all tied up at 1-1. Perez came into this game as the hot batter. He starts off with a home run to lead off the second. Up comes Bench. And it's a 1-2-6. And he will line out to second base for out number one. Bobby Tolan coming up here, the right fielder. Designated cold batter. A 2-3-6. Is he DB control? He is DB control. So Tolan will ground out to the pitcher. And then the next batter, Concepcion, will ground out to short. So after the leadoff homer, Portugal settles down, and we have played 2 innings, and we have a 1-1 game. Go to the top of the third. Glanville leading off. He had a base hit, scored the only run for the Phillies. He is a designated hot batter. And it's a 1-3-4 gold catcher. Bench is a gold catcher. It's a strikeout, and Glanville does not have a good eye, so Glanville strikes out, 1 out. Jeffrey's coming up. He doubled in Glanville in the first inning. A 2-5-6. Is he champion or patient? He is neither. We have infield drama. And it is a 1-2 shortstop iron. The shortstop is Concepcion. He is not iron, and it is going to be an error on Concepcion. So with 1 out, Concepcion bobbles it and is unable to make the play. Jeffries is on for first base. Scott Rowland coming up. He walked his first time up. And we've got a 3-4-5 iron catcher. Bench is not an iron catcher. Does Rowland have a good eye? He does not, and he will strike out. So out number 2. And we will go to the baseball now chart for Brogner, who lined into a double play in the first inning. It's a 2-4. Is he a hot batter? No. And he will fly out to left. And that will do it for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the third. And the score is tied 1-1. Bottom of the third, leading off will be Menke, followed by Geronimo, and then the top of the order, Pete Rose. Menke coming up. A 156. Is he a whiffer? He is a semi whiffer. The decided I says yes, and that's strike three for Portugal. One out. Cesar Geronimo coming up. A 166. Is Portugal a workman? He is a semi workman. The decided die says yes, and that is going to be a base hit for Geronimo. And with that, we will go to the player experience chart for Pete Rose. 3-4. Is he a cold batter? No. And he will fly out to right field for out number 2. And Joe Morgan will come up with 2 outs and a runner on first. 2-5-6. Champion or patient? He is semi patient but did not get the decided eye. We will go to infield drama. And it's a 1-4. Is the first baseman iron? He is not, and he will make the play unassisted. We've played 3 innings with a score. Phillies 1, the Reds 1. To the top of the 4th inning. Leading off will be Lieberthal. He had a base hit in the first inning. And it's a 2-3-5. Is he eager? He is eager, and he is going to single just past the diving shortstop. And Lieberthal is now 2 for 2. That'll bring up Abreu, who grounded out to second his first time up. No outs. 1-1-4. Is he fresh? He is still fresh, and it's a ground out to short. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And that takes care of the base runner, and now there are 2 outs. And the designated cold batter, Lewis, coming up. A 1-1-6, and that is going to be a strikeout. So Gullett has settled down here. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The score 1-1. And leading off for the Reds here against Portugal in the 4th will be Ken Griffey Sr. He grounded out to short his first time up. A 4-5-6. Is he patient? Let's see. He is not patient, and he will fly out to left field for out number 1. We are going to go to the team chemistry chart for Perez, who homered in the second inning. And it's a 2-3. Is a pitching team harmony? They are. And Perez goes down swinging. And there are now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And Johnny Bench coming up. He lined out hard to the second baseman. And it's a 3-4-5. Iron catcher. No. Good eye. Bench does not have a good eye, and he will go down swinging, and that ends the inning. So we've played 4 innings, and we are still tied at one apiece. Boom, top of the fifth inning. Relaford leading off. He is 0 for 1, flew out to left field. And we have a 3-4-5. Iron catcher, no. Relaford have a good eye. He does not have a good eye, and he will strike out. Well, so both pitchers finding the strikeout pitch here. This game, 1 out. And with that, we are going to go to the Baseball Now chart for Estela's at bat, and it's a 1-5 with a decided eye. Is he a cold batter? No. Um, and that is going to be a base hit just past shortstop for Estelella. So with 1 out, the Phillies pick up their fifth hit of the game, and they have a runner at first with the top of the order coming up. Glanville, 1 for 2. He singled, scored a run in the first, and he has struck out. And it's a 4-5-6. Is he patient? Glanville is not patient, and he will fly out to center field for out number 2. And we will go to the team chemistry chart for Jeffries at bat. Jeffries doubled in the first, knocked in a run, and he reached on an error by the shortstop. 1-2 is the batting team dissonant. They are not, and it is going to be a fence for Jeffries. And Jeffries is, well, he's going to be an other. So we'll go to the other column. We roll a 3, and that will be a double. So Jeffries gets a double. And with that, let's see. Stella will stay at third base. So runners on second and third and 2 outs. And that will bring up Roland, who is 0 for 1. He struck out and he has walked. A chance here for the Phillies to take the lead again. And it's a 1-3-3. Is he a slugger? Scott Rowland is a. He is a slugger, and it is a deep home run to center field with 2 outs. A 3-run homer by Scott Rowland. And the Phillies have taken a 4-1 lead. And the Cincinnati crowd is stunned. The Phillies were heavy underdogs in this series. The Reds won 99 games in 1973. The Phillies 75 wins in 98. And here they are up 4-1 halfway through game 2, having already defeated the Reds 9-4 in the first game. The Gullet now with 2 outs will face Brogna. Another 1-3-3 is Brogna, a slugger. He is a slugger, and again, another deep drive to center field. It is a home run, back-to-back jacks, and the score is now 5-1 Phillies. Wow. Unbelievable. That'll bring up Lieberthal, who is 2 for 2 in this game. 2 singles, a 1-2-5. And is he patient? He is not. It's going to be a ground out to third to end the inning. But with 2 outs, the Phillies come up with 4 runs and have have taken a 5-1 lead over the Cincinnati Reds. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Leading off will be Bobby Tolan, the designated cold batter. Portugal on the mound now with a 4-run lead. 4-5-5. Is he flash? He is semi-flash. He got the decided die. It's a strikeout. And Tolan does not have a good eye, so he goes down swinging. Portugal now has struck out 3 batters in a row. And there's one out here in the fifth. Concepcion 0 for 1. A 2-3-4. Is he a hot batter? He is not a hot batter, and he will pop out to third. 2 down. And Menke coming up 0 for 1. He struck out back in the third. And it's a 2-3-3. Ace or star pitcher? No. Is he a slugger? Menke is not a slugger, and he will fly out to center. Another 1-2-3 inning for Portugal. He's cruising along here. We have played 5 innings, and the Phillies hold a 5-1 lead. And then big upset brewing here. Gullett is going to be taken out after 5 innings, and the Reds will go to the bullpen, and they will be bringing in Tom Hall. Tom Hall is a semi-star. He is flash. He's a semi-icon pitcher, and he is a left-hander. Tom Hall coming in here in relief of Gullett, who was tagged for 5 runs and trailed 5-1. Abreu leading off here. He is 0 for 2. And it's a 1-2-4 control pitcher. No. Is he eager? No. And that is going to be a leadoff walk for Abreu. Next batter is Lewis, the designated cold batter, and he is 0 for 2. A 3-4-5 iron catcher. No, bench is not iron. Good eye. Lewis does not have a good eye, and he will strike out for the second time tonight. Out number 1. And we go to the baseball now chart for Relaford, who is 0 for 2. And we have a 1-3 cold pitcher. No. And that's going to be a shallow fly ball to center field for out number 2. And that will bring up Estalella, who is 1 for 2. And he has scored a run. And we have a 2-4-4. Ace pitcher, no. Is he a champion batter? He is not. He will ground out too short. And actually, he is actually going to strike out. It's going to be a strikeout for Hall. So he gets out of it. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-1 Phillies. Mark Portugal on the mound. He is now semi-fresh for the next 2 innings. He will be facing Geronimo, who had a single his first at bat. 3-3-5. Is he a sad sack? He is not, and that's a single to right field, and he is then going to steal second base. So Geronimo is 2 for 2. And he is now on second base with no outs. Looks like the Phillies are getting people warming up in the bullpen here. Pete Rose coming up 0 for 2. And it's a 2-3-6 DB control or dynamic. Portugal is DB control. That is going to be a ground out to the pitcher, out number one, and then the next batter will ground out to short. That was Morgan, and just like that, there are two outs, and the runner is still on second base. With Griffey coming up, he is 0 for 2, and it's a 2-3-3. Ace or star pitcher? No. Is Griffey a slugger? He is a slugger, and a boom! It is out of here. Deep fly ball to left field. Gone. A two-run homer for Ken Griffey Sr. And that closes the gap to 5-3. The Reds look to get back in this game. Two outs, a two-run homer by Griffey. Perez coming up. He is 1 for 2. He had a solo homer back in the second inning. He is a designated hot batter. And it's a 1-5-6. Is he a whiffer? And he's a semi-whiffer. Didn't get the decided out. We have outfield drama. 2-4. Is the center fielder gold? The center fielder is not gold, and that is going to be a base hit. So the inning continues for the Reds. Two outs here. And let's see, we are going to be going to the team chemistry chart for bench. And it's a 4-5. Batting team harmony, no. And that's going to be a ground out to short. That's going to end the inning. The Reds do get 2 runs back on the Griffey home run. We have played 6 innings. The Phillies lead 5-3. Okay, Tom Hall looking for his second inning of relief. Starts the 7th inning off facing Glanville, the designated hot batter. 1 for 3. A 2-5-6. Champion or patient. He's neither one of those, and we will have infield drama. 5-6. Is the first baseman gold? No. And that is going to be an error, a throwing error. The first baseman was unable to make the play, and the error is going to be on the third baseman. So Glanville reaches on the error. Second error by the Reds. And with no outs, that will bring up Jeffries. He is 2 for 2, 2 doubles. He scored a run, had an RBI, and he reached on an error by the shortstop. It's a 1-2-3. Both flash and fresh. No. It's going to be a ground out to short, though. It'll be a 6-4-3 double play. And just like that, there are 2 outs and nobody on base. Now we'll bring up Roland, who homered his last at bat. He is 1 for 2 with a 3-run homer. And it's a 1-3-4. Gold catcher. Bench is a gold catcher. It's a strikeout. Roland does not have a good eye, so Roland strikes out to end the inning. And Hall pitches 2 innings of shutout ball. Keep the game close, and we go to the bottom of the 7th with the Phillies up 5-3. We are going to have a pitching change for the Phillies as Portugal goes 6 innings, gives up 3 runs. He leaves with a 5-3 lead, so he could be the winning pitcher. But the Reds will try to not make that happen as they need to get a few more runs here in the next three at bats. Coming in to pitch for the Phillies, it is going to be Wayne Gomes. Gomes is flash and semi-control. He's a semi-prospect pitcher, and he is a right-hander. So Gomes will be facing Tolan, the designated cold batter, who is 0 for 2. And Gomes' first pitch, a 1-5-5. Is Tolan a home run king? He is not, and he will fly out to center field for out number 1. I'll bring up Concepcion, who is 0 for 2. A 5-6-6. Does Concepcion have a good eye? He does not, and he will go down swinging. Quickly, 2 outs for Gomes here. We go to the Baseball Now chart for Menke, who is 0 for 2. And it's a 3-5. Hot batter. He is not a hot batter, and he will fly out to left. A 1-2-3 inning for Gomes. And at the end of 7, 5-3, the Phillies lead. Okay, the Cincinnati Reds here in the 8th inning will go to a new pitcher as Gomes pitched, or Hall pitched 2 innings of no run baseball. And they are going to go to Clay Carroll. Carroll is a semi-controlled pitcher. He is an icon, and he is a right-hander. So Carroll here on the 8th inning faces Brogna. Brogna 1 for 3. He had a home run in the 5th as he went back-to-back with Roland. And here we go. We have a 2-6-6 leadoff batter, and that's a base hit. Brogna with a base hit to lead off the 8th inning. Hit number 10 for the Phillies. And that will bring up Lieberthal, who is 2 for 3. 3-4-6. Is he eager? He is eager, and he will fly out to center field. 1 out. Up comes Abreu, 0 for 2 with a walk. And it's a 1-5-5. Is he a home run king? He is not. He will fly out to center, deep center. 2 down. And up comes Lewis, the designated cold batter. He has struck out twice and grounded out 0 for 3. A 2-2-3 slugger or utility. He is a semi-utility. He got the decided eye. He will line out to short. And that will end the inning. The Phillies do not score again. And we go to the bottom of the 8th as they cling to a 5-3 lead. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. And let's see, Gomes is going to come out, and they are going to bring in a new pitcher, Spradlin. Spradlin is a semi-star. He is flash, he is control, and he is a right-handed pitcher. So he comes in the 8th to face Geronimo. Geronimo is 2 for 2 and scored a run, 2 singles and a stolen base. And we have 1-2-2. Is he a workman pitcher? No. Champ or whiffer? Geronimo is a semi-whiffer. He didn't get the decided eye. It's a line out to third base for out number one. We go to the top of the order. Pete Rose, 0 for 3. 156. Is he a whiffer? He is not, and we have outfield drama. 4-5. Shortstop iron. No. And he bobbles it, but is able to make the throw to get Pete Rose, and there are 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Rose 0 for 4 now. He has not had a good series. Joe Morgan coming up. He is 0 for 3. And we have a 2-3-5. Is Morgan eager? He is not, and he will ground out to second. But we have the patient sign. He's a semi-patient hourglass sign and semi-patient. Decided I says yes, and he will walk with 2 outs, which puts the tying run on base for Griffey, who is 1 for 3, but he had that 2-run homer back in the 6th inning. Can he do it again? That would tie the game up. It's a 1-4-6. Is he Flash? He is Flash. It's a strikeout. Griffey does not have a good eye, and he goes down swinging. We have played 8 innings. The Phillies just 3 outs away from this big upset here in the second round for the National League teams. They lead 5-3. We go to the ninth. And let's see. The Phillies going to Reds going to bring in anybody else? Let's see. I'm going to bring in Roger Nelson. He is a semi-star. He's a semi-icon. And he's a right-hander. So he will come in here in the 9th inning. Continue what the bullpen has done. Put up zeros. Relaford leading off. He is 0 for 3. And we have a 2-2-3. Lugger or utility. He is neither one of those, and he is going to single to left field, a base hit for Relaford. And the Phillies have something going here in the top of the 9th, looking for some insurance runs. Estelle are up 1 for 3. 4-5-6. Patient. He is not patient, and that is a fly out to center field. 1 out. What's going on with my mouse tonight? But all my programs that I've been using tonight, it just kind of doubles everything up. I need to check that out later. All right, we are going to the chemistry chart for Glanville, who is 1 for 4, and it's a 2-4. Batting team harmony, and that is a bloop single for Glanville. His second hit of the game. And runners are now on first and second, and 1 out. And up comes Jeffries, who is 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. And it's a 2-3-6. DB control or dynamic? No. Pitcher batting? No. And that is going to be a walk. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. And it looks like the Reds are going to go to the bullpen here, as Nelson can only go 1/3 of an inning. And they are going to bring in Bourbon, the closer. They need to get out of this without any more runs. They're going to have a shot in the bottom of the ninth to win this game. Bourbon comes in, right-hander. He is an ace and he's control. So for the first batter, he is actually to be a double ace. And he will be facing Roland, who is 1 for 3 with a walk and a 3-run homer. Big, big moment here in this game. 4, 5, 6. Patient. Roland is semi-patient. The decided die says he is patient, and he is going to walk. And that is going to bring in a run. And the Phillies have now increased their lead to 6-3. Still 1 out. Rogner coming up. He is 2 for 4. And we have a 3-5-5. Champion. Is Brogner a champion? He is not. It's a ground out to second base. Is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer. The decided die says yes. And that is a huge strikeout. 2 outs with the bases still loaded for Lieberthal, who is 2 for 4. And it's a 3-4-4. Prospect pitcher. Bourbon is not a prospect pitcher. Patient. Is Lieberthal patient? He is not, and he will pop up to second base to end the inning. But the Phillies do get an insurance run, and we go to the bottom of the ninth. The Phillies lead 6-3, and they will be bringing in their closer, who is Mark Leiter. Leiter is a right-hander. He is a semi-star, and he is flash, and he's an icon pitcher. So Leiter trying to save this game and have the Phillies sweep the Reds in a big, big upset. His first batter he will face will be Perez, the designated hot batter. 2 for 3 with a home run. And it's a 2-3-3, ace or star. He's a semi-star. The decided eye says he is, and he will ground out to shortstop. 1 out. Up comes Bench. Bench 0 for 3. 1-1-4. Is he fresh? He is. Another grounder to short. Quickly 2 outs as Leiter in control here. He'll face Tolan, the designated cold batter. 0 for 3. A 1-6-6. Is he a whiffer? He is not, and that is a ground out to third base to end the ball game. The 1998 Phillies have pulled off a major upset here in the tournament with a 6-3 win, coupled with their 9-4 win in Game 1. They actually sweep this series. Shocking. Did not expect this. And the Phillies will move on, and the 1973 Reds will go home. The Phillies with 6 runs, 12 hits, and no errors. The Reds had 3 runs on just 5 hits, and they had 2 errors. Portugal will get the win, and Gullet will pick up the loss. Gomes, Spraglin will pick up holes, and Mark Leiter will pick up the save. And once again, the shocker of this tournament The 1998 Phillies, a team that was 12 games under 500, beating a team that was 36 games over 500 and sweeping them. Not only just win the series, they swept the series, and just quite a shock. Unbelievable. Well, that's going to do it. The Phillies again winning it 6-3. They will move on. The Reds will go home. And I want to thank everyone for watching. And make sure you hit that like button or subscribe button if you're not a subscriber yet. Our next matchup is going to feature a American League matchup. I believe that is the number 2 seed and number 11 seed in the tournament on the American League side. So our next series will feature the 1973 Baltimore Orioles, 97 and 65, against the 1998 Kansas City Royals, who were 72 and 89. So kind of like a matchup we just had. The heavily favored Orioles will be looking to move on, and the Chiefs, the Royals will be looking to pull off a major upset on the American League side. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.